Right, this is Henry Parkin. He's doing task 2 for talent identification. He's going to attempt to describe and evaluate a current talent identification programme in a particular sport. So Henry, what is your programme called that you've looked at, and what sport is it for?
It's called Power to Podium, and it's for the skeleton.
Alright, good. Okay, so what is the aim of the programme?
The aim of the programme is to find a next the next big talent for skeleton, to try and get some gold medals or medals at the Winter Olympics.
Good. Right, so who is it targeting then?
It's targeted at 17 to 25 year olds who are currently competing in sport at regional level or above.
Yeah, good.
The athletes need to be fast and powerful and have a drive and desire to achieve the Olympic success.
Right, good. So do they need to have done the skeleton before or have an interest in it or anything?
No, they don't have to have done it before or have interest, but in the end they will do.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But,
yeah. And how do they apply then?
They apply by going online to www.uksport.gov.uk/talent, and then following the link to Power to Podium, and then they'll fill out an application form and then send it off.
Right, yeah, good. So then, so once they've handed in an application form, what's the next step?
They'll wait for a response from us to tell them that whether they're on it or not. That'll be after Sunday, 6th of April, which is a closing date.
Yeah. So what's phase 1 then? So what would they happen at phase 1?
Phase 1 is where they do basic exercises to test their physical strength and power. It also sees if they have the willingness to go on and to be able to become the Olympic champion.
Right, good. And then once they're on phase 1, what's phase 2 then?
Phase 2 would move on to more sport-specific tests. So they might take a more advanced sprint test, a power test, or do the VO2 test, so that to see what the physical.
Alright, right, good. So once they've done phase 2, what would happen at phase 3?
Phase 3, if they got into this phase, they're going to a training camp for a month or so to try and see if they are worthy of becoming a skeleton Olympian.
Right, so what would they do at this camp then? What they're learning is they've done the fitness test. What would they be doing at the camp?
They're learning more the technique of the sport.
Yeah, good.
Like when they lay down how to put the body weight.
Yeah, right, good. And then after they've been identified, what happens after that then? So once they've done phase 3 and they've been identified, what happens?
They would move on to be trained by elite coaches for the next 6 years.
Excellent, yeah, good.
To be able to become a good skeleton.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. Right, so what's the strength what are the strengths of the programme?
It's a specific age group, so they don't get too old or too young people. They have 6 years to train. They do the sport-specific tests. It's aimed at male and female. Easy to apply for, and they are coached by elite people.
Right, good. So has it been successful in the past?
Yeah, it has.
Right, so why would that be a strength of the programme then? What would that mean about the coaching and the facilities and the programmes and things?
It proves that it works, so that they can then get these people in and win the medals. Right,
good. What about weaknesses then? What are weaknesses for it?
On the day of phase 1, somebody might have an injury or an off day and not do very well. They might also struggle to get to the phase, so it might be too far away for them. People might be, say, 16, that may be better than the 25-year-olds, but can't get onto it because they're too young. And it's also not advertised enough, so it's hard to find out where.
Yeah, good. So have you heard of any of these programmes before?
No.
And obviously you're the target age group, so advertising is not the best. Right then, so overall then, so do you think this programme will be successful or not, after you've evaluated it there?
Yeah, I do think it will end up being, because they've got the elite coaches to coach the young people. They obviously have the right body physical features for it, and then be taught the techniques.
Right, good. So what if they just miss out on that one person who never finds out about the application form?
Well, maybe for them in the future, there'll be another one for them.
Yeah, fair dues, yeah.